My name is Jessica Sanders, and this is my EDM 310 spring final video. There are so many things that I learned this semester in EDM 310, but I only have a few minutes to describe them, so here it goes. EDM 310 is a class that is supposed to teach you about being technologically literate. In the beginning of the class, I started out and I was not technologically literate, so you can call me illiterate if you would like to. In the beginning of the class, it started off kind of slow. I don't want to say boring, but it took a minute for me to really get involved in the class and really like the class. But eventually, as time went on, I began to like the class. Each week in this class, I had to turn in work by Sunday night at 12 o'clock. Some nights, I only did the work. And I turned it in by 12 o'clock. But other nights, I probably missed it by a couple of minutes. But overall, I enjoyed the class. A lot of the things that I did enjoy were the videos where I had to go outside and tape videos. I really enjoyed my partner, Christy. We really had fun this semester. I made a new friend. The one things that I really did not enjoy were probably the comments for teachers. I don't know, that some of them were very long and I really didn't understand clearly, but I did enjoy the comments for classmates because they allowed me to really get to know my classmates a little bit better. A lot of my classmates have big dreams and big goals, and I really want to see them prosper this year, so I learned a lot. Some of the things that I probably will forget after I get out of this class is probably how to use my blogger. It wasn't that interesting, but it was fun. I really did enjoy using Twitter and YouTube. That is something, I use YouTube a lot, but I really didn't know it was that. I really didn't know how to actually prepare a video, but I learned how to do that this year. But overall, I really enjoyed this class. I learned how to be a technologically literate student. I learned how to be a student that has great time management. I learned how to be a preparer, how to actually sit down and prepare my work and actually think before I speak. I learned how to not be a, burnt back student. A burnt back student where I just learned something and I just spit it up back on my page. But overall, I really enjoyed this year, and I hope to take, and each person had to create a PowerPoint for the smart board, and I really enjoyed it. Overall, I like to use the little markers and draw stick figures, and I like to hide the things behind the shapes. So it was very interesting this year on learning how to use a smart board, and I really do think that in the years to come, when I become a teacher and I have my own classroom, that I would love to not only use it in the classroom, but also in my church, working with kids. I like to use the smart board to really help them get involved and be interactive students. Not only interactive students, but lifelong learners. And maybe one day they'll become teachers and there'll be another form of smart board, like a smart board 3000 or something, where the students could just not even have to use a pencil, but they could just use their finger and just write on the walls, and then after class they just can turn the projector off. So I don't know, I'm looking forward to the future to see where all the technological advances are going to go, because as teachers today, we really have to be able to keep up with our teachers and not only keep up with our students, and not only help them to learn, but also learn as time goes on, because a lot of people really forget how to learn as a student. Some teachers get to the point where they feel like they're the ultimate learners and they're like superwoman in the teacher realm, but we really have to be lifelong learners and know that it's important to be humble and work with your students, and not only work with them but learn as time goes on. So I really think I'm going to take the smart board use with me into my future classroom, and I'm probably also going to take the comments for classmates, the comments for students, and also the blogs. The blogs really helped me to get comfortable with myself in like actually speaking in front of people, because in the beginning you really don't want to talk in front of people, but this class really helps you to get out your comfort zone. It kind of throws you out there and says, okay, get to work, you're a teacher, be professional, and you're preparing to be great one day. So but it's a really great class, and I really enjoyed it overall. And I know that as life goes on, I'll be challenged with many different things, but I can always come back to EDM 310 and think about Dr. Strange and how he not only prepared us to be a teacher inside the classroom, but also a teacher outside of the classroom. Well, we have a worldwide view instead of just a four-wall view, like being in one classroom all the time, where I'll be able to really help my students to go beyond the four walls and maybe talk to kids in China or talk to kids in Iraq, and they'll be able to touch bases on levels that I can't really do with them because they're their own generation and they really have things that only they can relate to each other as students. But overall, I really enjoyed this class and I really enjoyed this video. And in the year 2012, I'll be a junior, so hopefully I'll be able to look back in EDM 310 and smile and say, well, I took Dr. Strange, and I can recommend this class to other students. But overall, this was a great class, and I look forward to new beginnings. And I just want to thank all of the instructors, Miss Allie, Anthony, and Steven, and I can't think of the other two people's names, but I really want to thank them. And I appreciate all the help that you guys did for me. Some of you I called, some of you I didn't call. I mainly called Allie. But I really appreciate it. And thank you guys for all your help.